Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. We're going to talk about two names in this video. We're going to talk about Anders Lee, and we're going to talk about Semyon Varlamov. So
Varlamov.
Do you say Varlamov?
I say Varlamov. I just usually say Varlamov if it's just me talking to myself. I just say Varlamov.
You talk to yourself about Varlamov?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really like almost like a daily thing. Right?
Daily. Yeah. Varlamov. I wake up like Varlamov.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I say it different every single time I talk about him, so I'm kind of wishy-washy.
He hasn't complained yet. I've been checking the comments.
So,
no.
Yeah,
so.
it's okay.
All right.
So let's start off with Lee. That's an interesting situation because it was a little delayed his decision because you saw Panarin potentially going to the Islanders. The Islanders very publicly said that they wanted Panarin. There was money on the table. If Panarin went to the Island, there's a good chance that Lee wouldn't re-sign just because for financial reasons.
Yeah.
They're cap reasons, I guess.
Yep.
So Lee kind of had to play the waiting game. He was second fiddle, which is unfortunate. He was their captain. I assume, now that he's back with the Islanders, will remain as their captain. I don't know why he wouldn't be the captain, but
yeah.
So his contract is 7 years, $7 million. There are talks that he might be going to Montreal for $9 million. That's way too high. I'm so glad that didn't happen. I really like Anders Lee. He's a physical player. He can score. He's a leader. I have nothing bad to say about Anders Lee, but I don't think he's worth $9 million.
No, 7's a good price point for him.
I think this is a great contract for the Islanders. They're familiar with the player. He's familiar with them. He loves the city. He loves the fans. The fans love him. Very happy about this deal.
Yeah.
And he'll be once this contract gets over, once his next contract is in effect, he will be a 35-plus player. We've discussed that a little bit in previous videos. I just want to make a note of that. So nothing really to discuss here. It's a player going to a familiar place. He didn't leave. He can stay there. I don't know if he's married. I'm sure he is. He doesn't have to sell his house or do anything like that. And maybe he wants to sell his house and get a
maybe
one. I don't know.
Got $50 million coming in the bank in the next 7 years. Why not? Just a little bit of a speed bump. That was all.
Yeah, I'm sure he understands it.
Yeah. He realizes that the reason he had to sit on the sidelines for a moment is because the management was trying to make the team superior, so I'm trying to say, to what it was. And it was already a damn good team. And they were just trying to make it that much better to be a real contending team.
Well, he has to appreciate the management trying to make his team better.
That's right.
He's playing on. Absolutely.
Exactly.
So
he has to be in favor of that. And he had to take one for that team and wait it out.
Yep.
And he did that. And thank goodness. He had lots of offers and lots of places he could go if it wasn't back to the Islanders. So he was going to be okay either way. But he can stay now, and he can continue to play the important role he has on the island. So good for him.
Heck yeah.
Boom.
All right, Varlamov. He signed for 4 years, and I think it's $5 million. As we're filming this, the money was just released. I don't know if it's exactly 5 or just near 5, but as of what I know right now, it's around 5. So for a goalie with a lot of experience, who has played very good hockey all of his life for the most part, he kept Colorado in the standings 2 years ago, played extremely well, faltered a little bit, lost the net last year to Grubauer. Still a very good goalie. I think this is great for the island. They had to
do something because Leonard
left.
Was gone.
I think that they're in the same situation they were last year. They have two very good goalies who could probably split the season. They've got Greiss and Varlamov. Varlamov has just basically split the season last year with Grubauer, so there are some injury woes a little bit with Varlamov, but I think the Islanders are in a pretty good position here. Either way, it's whoever plays better can have the net, or they can split. They're okay with that scenario. They were in the same scenario last year, and Varlamov gets a term of 4 years, something he's probably pretty happy with. He goes from the Western Conference to the Eastern Conference, so it's a little bit of a change for him, time zone difference, and I have nothing negative to say about this one.
The Islanders have shown from their experiment, if you want to call it that, last year with Greiss and Leonard, that you can play two goalies. For a while there, they had identical save percentages, identical GPAs, or GAAs rather, and it was just uncanny that how similar they were statistically, and they had almost the same number of games. At one point, they both had played 27 games, and you couldn't put a pacer. You couldn't put a pacer. You couldn't put a piece of paper between them. They were that close together. So I think they've shown a model that other teams will probably start to have to seriously consider, rather than have a superstar $10 million goalie and a $1.2 million backup that plays 25 games a year. Maybe you're going to have two $5 million goalies or two $6 million goalies and just pair them off, and they each play 40 to 45 games a year. And the injury factor on maybe a more fragile goalie goes down. There's more time to recover. You're only playing every second game. You might only play twice a week at the most, even in a heavy week. And I think that might be the way, especially now that the cap is up around $80 million. You can throw $10 million or $12 million into your goaltending and still have a lot of the rest of your team salary. So that might be the way I would go if I were in charge. So
if you were a GM, this might be what you would do.
That's what I would do. And Varlamov is a good choice for that. He's an elite goalie. He's used to being number one. He understands exactly the market he's going into because they did this live and in living color last year. So he knows what he's in for, and clearly he's okay with that. So,
and he sees a bit of winning culture in the island from last year. So
yeah,
it's a really good scenario, I think, for almost everyone. Maybe not Leonard, since he didn't, or maybe not for the Islanders fans since Leonard left, and I think there's a lot of love for Leonard out there. But admittedly, we don't follow the Islanders as much as the Canadians. So there are Islanders fans who watch this video who definitely know more than us, and definitely have maybe different opinions or more in-depth opinions than us. So I hope that those Islanders fans leave their comments down below in the comment section, and let us know what you think. We're curious to hear from you. How do you feel about Lee staying, and how do you feel about this Varlamov guy coming in and putting on that Islanders jersey? So let us know. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't been subscribed already, and we'll see you in the next video. Adios.